Raktabija, whose name translates to seed of blood, is a figure of terror and might in Indian mythology, particularly within the tales of the Devi Mahatmya. This demon is not merely a formidable warrior, he embodies a chilling supernatural ability that makes him nearly invincible. Raktabija's power is such that every drop of his blood that touches the ground spawns a clone of himself, and each clone is as badass and vigorous as the original. This nightmare of an ability ensures that every wound afflicted upon him just multiplies his power and turns the battlefield into a horrifying spectacle of his ever-increasing army of doppelgangers. Now, visually, Raktabija is often depicted as a towering and fearsome warrior, his eyes blazing with just pure hate for you and everybody. He's clothed in dark armor, which sucks in light around him, and he's just a living symbol of insurmountable chaos and pure evil intentions. He wields weapons that themselves are bloodthirsty, just like he is, and he's eager to strike down anyone who steps up to him. The battlefield where he stands is always a dance with a macabre parade of shadows and spirits. Each clone of his rises from spilled blood is like a little prayer to his dark gift. The air around Raktabija is always thick with despair, and the earth around him was just a breeding ground for his dark legion. Climax of Raktabija's story comes with his confrontation with the goddess Durga and her fierce form Kali. In the cosmic battle against the demon and his army, every strike against Raktabija only multiplied his presence, making the battle seem endless. And then recognizing the futility of traditional combat, it was Kali, the ferocious form of Durga, who devised a strategy to counter his ability. In a dramatic turn of events, she stretched her tongue across the battlefield, drinking up the spilled blood before it could touch the ground, and thus preventing the rise of any new demons. The end of Raktabija was as dramatic as his rise. With Kali's ingenious and fierce strategy, each of Raktabija's avatars was systematically destroyed, eventually leading to the annihilation of the demon himself. This episode marks the triumph of divine feminine power over seemingly insurmountable odds. It's a recurring theme in Hindu mythology. The real nightmare of Raktabija is not just his physical prowess, but just the psychological dread he inflicts on his enemies. With each strategy you try to employ to defeat him, you only encounter more copies of him and a stronger force to fight against. This intense sense of despair is why the true valor of the goddess Kali shines brightest in this story. Her fierce determination and her wisdom culminated in a strategy that was as brilliant as it was terrifying, and which turned Raktabija's seemingly undefeatable power into his very undoing.